Well, hi everybody, Gary Sinclair again. The other morning I was reading from a devotional book that I hadn't used for a while. I guess that doesn't sound too good. But as I opened it to a new page, I noticed I'd left something to remind me where I apparently had read the last time. It was a bookmark of sorts, I guess, but merely one of those leftover, picture Christmas cards from some friends in the past. They were nearby neighbors who we would still connect with here and there, updating news about friends and acquaintances we had shared years before. And nonetheless, they were and still are a valued part of our story. However, as I saw that picture in my book, I was reminded of many others who'd been significant, I guess we could call them bookmarks, in my growth, in my marriage, in my family, in ministry, and just in life in general over the years. I found myself thankful again for all their influences and examples and encouragements and help that had unquestionably been key forces on the trajectory of my life. At times when my direction got off course, some of them, saw I was distracted or detoured. These bookmarks were often who God used to return me to true north, to get walking in the truth again, or keeping my eyes in focus on the right things. They no doubt caused me to think and appreciate what Philippians chapter 4:8 says are some of the best thoughts and attitudes. It says, whatever is true and noble and right and pure and lovely and admirable, whatever is excellent or praiseworthy, think on those things. See, I was reminded that we all need other people marking segments of our lives. That's why Paul thanked the Ephesians, among others, when he said in Ephesians 1:16, I do not cease giving thanks for you while making mention of you in my prayers. He knew he needed helpful and wise people in his story. And later in chapter 4:25, he writes, let each one of you speak the truth with his neighbor, for we're members one of another. We need each other. In fact, we all need people. We'll call them bookmarks within our life pages. Individuals and couples who influence us for good, help us continue to grow, keep our priorities straight, to apply truth principles from the Bible to everyday life, and then to literally walk out our faith, not just talk about it. So let me give you a couple of nudges from this experience. First, I want to encourage you and me to keep thanking God for these bookmarks, past and present. Now, some of them may not be alive, but we can still value them, perhaps share our appreciation with one or more of their family members. And for those influences in your life still around, what if we just called them? Wrote them a note or email. Boy, a note would be unusual, wouldn't it? Took them to coffee or dinner, or told them how much we just valued their part in our story. How you do that, what the encounter might look like, that's up for each of us to decide. But I guarantee you'll make their day. Second, there are likely some bookmarks who are not positive ones. You kind of wish they'd never joined the pages of your life's novel, right? The good news is that we can let their influence go, finally, and embrace where we've come today. Because, you see, we have much to be thankful for, and with God's help, we overcame some big-time adversity to get to today. In other words, those negative chapters, though real, they're not the last chapter of our story. Instead, we can give thanks that their influence really has no power over us anymore, though it might jump in our way now and then. Third, remember, we might be one of those positive memories in someone else's story. Whether we know it or not, we can still help write uplifting chapters for others as well, if we'll just stay available, pray, look for opportunities to help. Remember, I call them first dominoes, and just keep modeling what it means to follow Jesus and live wisely. See, others may not realize our impact right away, but the rewards for them and for us here and in heaven, it's worth it. And life will take on new meaning and value, something we all want, isn't it? Psalm 57:2, David says, I cry out to God who fulfills his purpose for me. In fact, we just might play a major role in shaping the direction of someone else's life like ours was shaped. And if we think about it, that realization could pretty much change our day and their day. And you know what? Change a little more of our story. Talk to you next time. Thanks for listening.